Again, leaving P&G is a huge decision. I'll speak personally. That's something I wrestled with for quite a while. I'm glad I did. Frankly, in retrospect, given all the fun I've had over the last 6 years since I've left, I wish I had done it earlier. But irrespective of that, it is a big decision. I did underestimate, like I think 98% of us do, that the significance of the transition too. Virtually everything that our life centers around, our schedule, our purpose, our relationships, our financial well-being, everything changes as a result of that transition. And again, as I mentioned, we're pretty much unprepared for that. As we work through and talk to P&Gers, both one-to-one as well as on seminars, we know there are a lot of questions on each of your minds, many of them related to, am I going to be able to keep my job? Am I going to get a separation package? What am I going to do next? If I want to work, how do I go about finding another job? Am I going to have to move? Should I start my own business? We know of people that, for example, decided to get into, starting a franchise and invested their entire PST into that and sadly lost that. That's not something that we would hope for any one of you. So thinking through something like that is very, very important. How do I deal with all the stress and worry? How this can impact my family and what's going on in their lives? And then should I wait to see what happens, or should I be proactive in tackling what's next? So again, hopefully if you got some of those questions, we'll have some time to address some of those or others on your mind at the end. What we'd like to do, though, is kind of set the stage for you a little bit and share with you some of the compelling statistics and challenges that Alan and I have not only read about, but seen through our interactions with many, many thousands of retirees. And this is particularly true for P&G folks as we have spent time with them. One is, if you look at the data, managing finances is clearly going to be a challenge. On average, each of us will live, God willing, and our health is with us about a decade longer than our parents. And obviously, this provides a challenge as it relates to healthcare costs. And many, many retirees have not, frankly, saved enough. We are very blessed of P&Gers, hopefully through our PST, and for those of us that have options to have it in a better state than this. But certainly managing finances is a significant concern, I think, for all of us. The other ones, though, are areas that Alan and I were frankly unaware of, and again, we'd like to sensitize you to because they have a huge impact on our well-being going forward. The whole second one is all around changing family dynamics, caring for aging parents as well as boomerang children. About half of us at some point in time will be caring for aging parents. I know my wife and I have done that, continue to do that. We're blessed to do that, but that provides both financial and emotional challenges. And then if you may not be familiar with the word boomerang children, these are the folks that either graduate and come back to home, or because of some significant life event want to come and spend a couple of years in your basement or in your spare bedroom. And again, that presents some significant challenges both financially and as far as your lifestyle is concerned. Healthy relationships is something also I think many of us underestimate the impact of retirement on our spouses, for those of us that are married. One of the interesting statistics is that the fastest growing divorce rate in our country right now are couples over the age of 55. In the last month, I've met with 3 P&Gers in that age group that are unfortunately and surprisingly going through divorces at this later age in life because, again, part of it they have not planned for this stage of life together. And so, again, we cannot underestimate the importance of having the crucial conversations, as we call it, to think about what's next in your life as it relates to the impact that you have on your loved ones and family, et cetera. And then last but not least is, again, the statistics around this part and this transition in life are pretty sobering, to be honest with you. Half of the folks do not enjoy their first year after working. I had a very close P&G director who was very, very successful, who on their first week of retirement, I called him up and said, "How's it going?" And he said, "I feel like I'm at my funeral." The 2 most dangerous years of our life from a health statistics are the year you're born and the year that you retire for a number of reasons. And again, if you look at one of the most compelling and surprising statistics is many men over the age of 70, sadly in this day and age, have the highest suicide rate. And again, we're not here to tell you that retirement and leaving P&G is not a great thing. It is a phenomenal thing. Alan and I are both testimonies to that. What we did want to share with you is that there are many, many challenges of this transition, that most of us are unaware of, and that reinforces the importance of, one, having a plan, and secondly, thinking through and engaging your family in this next phase of your life to make sure that you've got a great plan that they're aligned with.